particular piece that I have here, I bought from a professor from the University of Ghana in 1979, so I've had it since then. He didn't give me a title for it, and he's since deceased also, but he was Professor Set Anku, University of Ghana, Ghana, Africa.
Come down, okay?
Thank you.
Hey.
You know, I love photography. I'm really an amateur photography, but around January 18th, my two daughters and I, Madeline and Emily, the youngest two girls, went over to the State House. And across from the State House is this piece, which is Robert Gould Shaw and the 54th Massachusetts Regiment. And the 54th Massachusetts Regiment was the first group of soldiers, black soldiers, African-American soldiers, recruited in the United States. And you know what? There was a movie made about them also. The movie was Glory. So this is the piece here. And then I did just a collage of the same piece at different angles also. So, thank you.
Hello everyone, it's such an honor to be included in this exhibit tonight. And I have a piece here called Where Are We Going? For you who are very sensitive to the environmental issues of communities or the issues of people migrating, just as this great blue heron is migrating. If you've ever asked a question or your children have asked you, Mommy, where are we going? This is the picture that with those feelings in it. And I think it embraces all cultures of people. Notice that the little dog too has something to tell you in his expression. Just for fun, get in trouble here. This was an EPA sign that fell down somehow. And these little stripe things are not candy canes. I cut them from a picture of the current president's necktie. I wanted to share with you. This is a very special person to me. His name was Senator Edward W. Brooke, and some of us are old enough to remember him. And I saw him in Springfield, Mass. In a very hard place and a very hard time, showing real humanity to people. So I wanted to recall him in his midlife when that happened, in the late 60s. So this is my, notice we have a campaign button that I found in a thrift shop. So this is my homage to Senator Brooke. I also, as a senior and a person working in Chelsea Senior Center, I wanted to talk about how people make communities. Many people do pictures of the Tobin Bridge. This is what it might look like if you're a pedestrian. And this is also what you might see in a community that many of the people here grew up in, where the elders looked out for the young and the young for the elders. Notice that the cane is not a symbol of weakness this time. She's using it to cross the children on a Saturday morning to get to their destination. So I call this Nana the Bridge. Thank you.
So I had the pleasure of living in Zambia in South Central Africa from 1993 until 2008. And during that time, I got to know many of the local artists, and I amassed one of the largest collections of contemporary Zambian art as an individual, which is hanging in my home in Chelsea. And I was able to take some pieces down for the Black History Month celebration. So I have pieces from a variety of different artists. Some still with us, some who have passed on, and they represent a lot of different styles of art as well. So, enjoy.
Just got back from Chicago, just
But I want to bring it because I started collecting.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today for our first Black History Month celebration art exhibit here at City Hall. On behalf of the Chelsea Black Community Organization, the Committee for Black History Month, and a bunch of other organizations, like Buckner Hill Community College and others, joined together to have this exhibit happen. It's our first year doing it. But this time the theme is about youth, it's about community, and we have a lot of great artists here. We have Lisa Senegate, who collects art from Africa. We have Dee Cofield, who is the Rutland Community College. She has some artwork here. We also have the Vladimir Society artwork up here. We have local artists, students in the community, Nelson Saldana. We have Marianne Ramos. That's Nico and Melissa Clark, and we have Helen and Keith, our local residents out here giving us artwork today to display for our first annual Black History Month celebration. Next year is going to be bigger and better. We're going to more or less concentrate on the schools, so we're going to have the elementary and the high school students displaying it out for the whole entire month. So once again, I thank Cable TV for coming out, Mr. Bradley, as well as Mr. Ricky at the camp.
Too slow to run.
Let me turn it this way also. Sharon Paul. I work at Montreal Community College. Sharon Paul.
And we went, and we got like 7. So cheap. And Victoria Island, they have like an open and it's outside.
I don't know if they have what kind of ingredients you guys have.
See that yellow one? Don't eat that.
Oh, together they go too. But they had meetings tonight.
So my
This is called the Masquerade Celebration, and it comes from Nigeria, and the artist is Anyedi, and we purchased it in Victoria Island in Nigeria, and it just shows, it's a huge festival of a celebration of dancing and celebrating, and they have these incredible, they don't call them people because they're spirits. The masquerade is a spirit that comes out and celebrates in a festive way. Many children, when they come around, run away. Women get out of their way. So they basically dance day in and night, throughout the night, and they celebrate and they wrestle. So the picture speaks for itself. There's so much going on. And we've just had it in our collection from Nigeria because my husband Ken is from Nigeria, and it's just an amazing addition to what comes from Nigeria and Victoria Island. So it's called Masquerade Celebration, and it's usually in parks. We also have here this beautiful artwork that was done by Jade, you remember? My daughter. And when she was in high school at Buckingham Brown and Nichols, she actually made this through pottery. So there was a large price offered for them, but of course she gave them to her mom as a gift. So we're really showcasing some absolutely beautiful African American and African artwork. So it's amazing. We all come from the same place, and it's just amazing to exhibit culture, whether it's Latino, African, it comes together as one. So we're doing it. All right. Is an original by the one and only Joan Crumwell. You can see in the corner it says JC, and this is just what I love to do. So aside from everything else, I love to dance. I really can't sing, but this is my Showtime lady, and she's an amazing, beautiful black woman that takes care of herself, and when the show is on, so is she. So that was made by me, Joan Crumwell. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, it's me again. So I also want to show these pieces here. They also come from Nigeria, and we hold them very dear to our heart because it actually was made by, created by my husband's cousin from Nigeria, and he sent them over to us as a gift. His name is Harrison, and he is just amazing with his hands, and he's very gifted. So this is the instrument player, he's playing the drums, and this is his lady who's definitely following behind him. So as they say, always a good man, but that better woman is behind him. There it is here.
These two big ones, that's a big one. Be humble is good too.
Yeah, the sign.
Be humble, sit down, that's really good. Because everything else is low except for the Pulaski School. A couple of things, but everything else.
Bring it to the function itself.
And she's Chelsea's finest. She's been dedicated to the Chelsea school system for many, many years.
And I love you.
And she loves it. And I love mine. I wasn't even paying attention. I could have talking. Thank you. Text me that last word.
Okay, good. You teach school also. You teach also? Which school? What's your job called? Nursing school. Okay. My daughter used to work in the school system. Thank you too. Thank you.
I gotta go get my email for the city council. Today I'm supposed to read the city email.
All right.
Show me who it is.
All right, come back.
Yeah.
I think I might know.
Will you tell the truth? Alright, I'm gonna tell you something. Tell the truth right now. Your toes must be.
Stop crying though. I think it's gonna happen. Presidents, Nico Phillips, Ray Ramos,
So the color he can tell you, you see this blue is in this piece. This is where I mixed it. So then he sketches over it.
Happy birthday to City Boy! Hey, I'm trying to see your artwork. Oh, Beverly, you made it. Right. They think about
Adonis Brody and Sinai Finch. Say hello, Sinai. So they're here to enjoy the art exhibit as well. And Mr. Adonis Brown is my first grandson. Adonis, say hello to the camera.
He already got on with his great aunt.
Yes.
He's already.
This is my daughter, Jessie. That's Adonis's mom. And look what shirts we have on. Colombia. So we're definitely representing. All right.
Just happy to be here. Looks great. Glad to be celebrating Black History Month in City Hall.
We're here on Tuesday, showing a lot of African artifacts. John Cromwell and Lisa Sandegate, all part of Black History Month celebration. We've got quite a few activities going on. One of the activities that we'd like to see the whole community come out to is on so many good events, but the event at the church on County Road on Friday the 23rd. We're going to have the Reach performers, Chelsea High School guys. We're going to have Fun Phenomenon of official dancers from the Celtics. We're going to have the Yak Dance Group. We're going to have some drumming, African drumming with Ron Robinson, Tony Smith, Dale Johnson. We're going to have spoken word by Henry Wilson and others. We're going to have open mic. We're going to have a little fashion show. We're going to have more. If the drumming gets real hot, you might see me jump up and do a little drumming.
So this is great. I mean, like I said earlier, thank everybody for coming out. We had a great time, great showing. Thank all the residents who displayed a lot of great artwork, from seniors to the young ones to the old ones. Thank everybody for coming out. Thank the city councilors and city officials for coming out, supporting us as always. City Hall is a great place to have an art exhibit. I'm so excited. This month has been a crazy but amazing month. And there's more events to go to. is our biggest and our final event at the Williams School. It's from 5 to 7 p.m. Same thing is going to be happening around a good time, good food, and it's going to celebrate. So thank you all for coming out, and let's do it again. Thank you.